Hey everybody, this is Perch, and I'm here with Joe. Joe, how are you doing tonight?
I'm all right, Perch. How are you?
Well, I'm doing okay, and I'm excited to walk through this comic with you. This is, again, Blast from the Past, Silver Age. You like the Silver Age stuff.
I love Silver Age stuff.
All right, I think you're going to love this one. So we're just going to walk through what we've got here. This is a comic we're talking about. It's Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane. This comic is, first I got to ask, have you seen this comic before?
I think I may have seen that cover, but I've never read this issue.
No. Oh, perfect. So this is issue 57, and this is promising. First of all, this is promising, and it will deliver what's on the cover. So as you can see, Ooh. Lois has got baby Superman over her knee, and she is hurting her hand. And Superman's got the smuggest eat crap expression on his face. But if you look closer, in the background, there's Lana, and Lana has a broken brush and then a broken tennis racket that she has also beat baby Superman with. Now, you may be asking yourself, where is this issue going? But you're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We've done Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane before.
I love Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane, but also I love multiple portraits and pictures of Superman in the background of her home.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, she's super. This comic is incredible in the sheer complexity of what it's going to give us. Lois Lane, super babysitter, which is actually probably the most misleading part of this story. But let's I
also love. It's got to be Mort White-Singer, I think, who's editing this. But the baby speak. They whoever was in charge of designing how babies speak in the Silver Age around this frame has never actually talked to a baby ever.
No, clearly not. Yeah,
it's always this weird caveman speak. Me not feel anything yet. It's like. Babies, what? That's not what, toddlers don't talk like that. And they never did.
They do not. No, this has nothing to do with anything here. I see that, anyway, this is Lois Lane, super babysitter from May of 1965. Leo Dorfman is our writer. John Forte is our penciler. Kurt Schaffenberger is our cover artist.
Nice. But yeah, I love John Fort or Fort, or however you say. He's great. He the fact that he really gave the Legion their iconic look for years.
Oh yeah,
alone is it's great.
And this is a really well put together issue. So here's what's happening basically, and so this is our splash image, our first page, and what we see is that Lois Lane has basically, she's got baby Superman, and she's hypnotizing him with a fan to basically put post-hypnotic suggestions to make him propose to her when he becomes adult Superman again. And it is working because he is writing in caveman speak, "Me love Lois." Now, I just want to throw out the efficacy of what we've got going on here. But how could this possibly be? We're about to dive into it, and Lana is not going, "Hey, how terrible it is that Lois is trying to hypnotize a child," but instead is saying, "Just wait until it's her turn to babysit Superboy, and we'll see what went on here." This comic promises twists and turns.
Yeah, I don't actually know where this is going.
Yeah, it will. This has got many twists, and the ending stinger is something you will not see coming. So here we go. So basically, the premise is, as he does, Superman is flying Lana and Lois to their hotel where they're staying on apparently a briefcase and a pillow. I'm not sure, but. Anyway, Superman lets them know that he has to head off to take a youth restoring experiment, which we haven't heard of. I don't recall that in Superman lore. Do you?
No. No, but there's so much random Superman lore. You could have read hundreds and hundreds of issues of Superman and not stumbled on some of the weird things like super heart massage, for example.
That's exactly right. That's right. So this is the Superman Youth Restoring, and Lois reminds him that there's an anniversary party on April 19th that he promised to attend. So he'll be back by then. No worries. So as he flies off, both girls are horny. So they're, as they do, right? And it is just a short time later, Lois is walking around on the street when she comes across a baby just smashing up a trash can. And she's like, wow, how weird. It's an infant dressed as a Superman costume, and he appears to be destroying metal. And this shouldn't be, right? Again, what's with the baby talk here?
Yeah, baby make big noise with drum. It's like, what? Like, again, so it's like, but you were saying me, it was the repetition of me do things, and now it's babe, like, okay.
It is odd, but Lois does figure out, hey, ye gods, this must be Superman. His youth experiment must have gone wrong and turned him into a babe. And he flew back to the hotel to find her. And the baby's crying, so Lois is like, I'll take you home, don't worry. What's funny is Lois immediately goes into scheming mode of this could be fun. I'm going to take care of this little toddler and manipulate him. You can call me. This is an important point, actually. She says, you can call me Auntie Lois. Now, this is a couple pages before she puts her plan into motion to get him to sleep with her.
Yeah, and this could be a ball is an interesting way to look at this.
Yeah, well, she's thinking of a ball, all right. Anyway, so immediately she gets baby Superman to fly Auntie Lois up into the air. This is also funny. Of all the parts of this situation, she doesn't want to be embarrassed by the hotel management asking questions. So she gets the baby to fly her through the air, and the baby, of course, sucks at flying. So this is also a problem.
This be fun. Okay.
This be fun, says baby Superman. And here's Lana up there waiting. So they quickly come to the conclusion that they need to take care of her. And Lana gets the early advantage as baby Superman is charmed by her necklace because he is an idiot. And Lois is pissed that she's attracting the attention with the LL Space Jewel necklace Superman once gave her. But this gives her an idea. Now, for the record, she's just found this baby Superman, and both of them are immediately planning on how they can manipulate baby Superman to cuddle. She's getting a little creepy.
Yes.
Yeah. So Lois gets this brilliant scheme to go, take the baby into her room where she's taped up pictures of Superman and herself as a way to get him to be excited about hanging out with her. And Superman's like, goody, me like Superman. But then the baby foils her plan by immediately ripping up the pictures and tearing up the Lois part so he can just have the Superman part to himself, which hilariously is on brand for arrogant, egotistical Superman.
Oh, yeah, that part is, but yeah, it's like, okay. I'm glad that none of this has made any sense so far.
No. And Lois once again throws out her catchphrase, ye gods, which I wasn't aware that was a Lois catchphrase.
Well, here we are.
So
she also did a nice costume change. She went from like Jackie O to like whatever the hell this lime dress is.
Well, when you're going to seduce a toddler, you got to look your best. So what's funny, so as the pictures get torn up, what does Lois do? She decides that's worthy of a spanking. So she decides, and this is from our cover, she decides to start spanking Superman for ripping it up, saying, you're ignoring me the way you did when you were growing up, you little brat. But of course, his super ass is spank proof. And the baby is sitting there like, can't spank me. And that's when we learn that Lana also tried the same trick with the photos to the same result. They both had the same weird scheme, and Lana apparently hit him with a tennis racket.
Well, the way it's drawn too, It looks like he's firing heat vision from his ass.
It does look like that, yes. There's this is quite odd, right? So Lois is, they're both. I used the wrong tactics. I'll have to try another angle. Again, both these women are working super hard to get this baby to fall in love with them.
But also, Lois is aware that she couldn't hurt Superman, and this super baby already flew and did other super things, so she's aware that super baby has all the powers. So how did it slip her mind that, like, oh, I could probably hurt him? Like,
she was just so frustrated. Well, both women, her and Lana, were both so frustrated at their pictures being torn up that they wanted to beat that child.
But it's like, is the implication here that, like, like womanly motherly instincts would prevent a woman from thinking clearly about the situation and go right into spank mode?
There's a lot of questions being raised here, but as Lois kind of regroups, Lana decides to watch TV with the baby, and Lois gets super jealous that he's sitting on her lap all evening while she smothers him with affection, which again, doesn't feel right.
Oof, that's rough.
It is quite rough. And then it just so happens that what's a show that will entertain a toddler? Well, of course, a news program on post-hypnotic suggestion, which Lana is excited to watch, where they go through children are easily influenced under hypnotism, which gives both women an idea. And Lois, in her most conniving expression, like this is one hell of a face here. It gave this post-hypnotic suggestion gave me a great idea. Now, what didn't give her a great idea was that maybe this is unethical to do to a child, but instead she's got a plan, and so does Lana now as well. And this plan manifests itself in a very strange way. But before it can, this is one of my favorite captions. Lois contacts the hotel management. So basically, she calls the hotel management to say, I'm testing the service in your swank hotel. Please deliver the following to my suite: an electric fan, a small round mirror, glue, chalk, and a baby crib. Which, that's not going to sound good to the hotel manager.
Who seems fine with it, like, oh, all right, that's we'll pass that test. Like,
I also like what's the hotel management is set up in a. I mean, he's in a swanky suit and office here. Got a nice polished desk, and he's okay with this, so we'll pass the test. And a strange amount of things being handed to the hotel room. So Lois, who gets a new outfit now, by the way, nice little kind of. Almost a sexy nun kind of outfit here. Mm-hmm. So Lois immediately decides to start hypnotizing baby Superman and gets him to write on a chalkboard, "Me love Lois," over and over. Yeah. Which, as you do with children. So Lana gets the same idea, and she also calls a hotel manager, and her requests are a mechanical toy top, a can of Ray paint, and a gallon of ice cream. I love your expression right now. Anyway,
these reporters are really putting us through the like here. So those are all random, but also, like, I want to meet the hotel where, like, look, a request like that is insane. Yes. But this idea of, like, red paint and a gallon of ice cream, whoa, really going through the ringer here.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
All parts of this are straight, and he goes for it. And by the way, the captions are not doing this story any favor, because it's later behind closed doors. Which, as you're doing a story about child hypnosis to get them to fall in love with you, is kind of a weird. That doesn't have the greatest vibe to it. Later behind closed doors, but
no.
Anyway. So she also hypnotizes him. And then her hypnotic suggestion is to hypnotize the baby to put a ring on her finger and say, "I love you, Lana," which is taking it to another level.
Yeah, this is there's no way that looks good to anyone.
No, no, this is quite strange. How could it get stranger? They first of all the women decide to stuff him with food. So Lana gives him ice cream, and then Lois gets some cupcakes to eat while she's hypnotizing him. So you pile on the sweets, which checks out.
Sure.
And then that leaves that. Then Lois takes it to the next level by hypnotizing the baby to kiss her. Remember, darling, after you become Superman again, you're to kiss me like this whenever you see me. Which again, this doesn't feel good.
No, and the fact that both her and Lana are like they're all in on it.
Yeah,
is yeah, and that one of their plans isn't like I'm going to show him just how evil you are to make myself look better.
Yeah,
that didn't cross Lana's mind at any point. Just
no, they're both piling on the romance. But again, where is this story going? So Lana then basically straps the baby into bed. Or no, Lois, sorry. Lana's back with the spinning top and to get him to propose at 8 p.m. during the Daily Planet party. But Lois, who's got the baby strapped into bed with the fan, is doing the same thing. And look at baby Superman here. He looks tired, sweaty, and he's had a day of hypnotism. Like,
yeah, also, I love how Silver Age comics, and this is something that I believe both Marvel and DC shared, never figured out how hypnotism works.
No, it's a spinning top and red paint. That's how it works. Well, anyway, so both women, Lana and Lois, are excited about the party, and both of them dreaming about this. They're about to become Mrs. Superman. They've succeeded in their hypnosis with this child, and so the time passes. The child goes away, and they both show up at the Daily Planet party. And Superman's back to his old self again, so that's good. He looks so eager. Both of them are can't wait for the engagement. So I'm going to pause here for a second. Where do you think this one's going, Joe?
Okay. If I had to guess, Super Baby wasn't Superman.
Okay.
And that so he's going to come back and he's like, I don't remember any of that. What are you talking about? That must have been some other Super Baby or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you are correct. So Superman does come back. He does not propose, and he's confused. What's going on? Why isn't? And Lois is angry. Why aren't you obeying my commands? Same thing with Lana. And he's like, it's all news to me. I don't know what's going on. And he basically says it short circuited. I never became a super baby. And Lois like, what happened? So Superman's like, well, let's take you to the Fortress of Solitude to figure this out. And this gives us another weird panel. Like, look at the two women wrapped up in a cape bag there.
I love that Superman's cape, especially, pre-crisis and all that, the length and what it can do varies drastically from issue to issue.
Yeah, it basically can be whatever you want it to be. And in this case, it's a blanket to have two women sandwiched together where you fly them to your ice cave. So what we learn is that the mysterious super baby came from a parallel world, from the multiverse, and the baby is the Superman of his Earth, and then it somehow crossed over into theirs. So you had it right, but there's a twist to this story.
Oh no!
You might not guess. So what they learn is that the baby did successfully get hypnotized, and it crossed over into our barrier. Lana and Lois hypnotized it. Then he went back to his own dimension, grew up, and proposed to Lois. So her plan was successful, but also proposed to Lana. He proposed to both women. So in this multiverse, what a crazy outcome. But what we learn is that in the parallel world, bigamy is legal. And Superman will marry both girls. And all that scheming and cunning was for nothing. So, and that's the end. This comic reveals as bigamy.
But like, for all the things that people get upset about in comics today, this seems like something that's like worse than a lot of the things you can have happen today.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, we can track it back. So basically, there was a baby Superman. The two women who were into Superman decided to scheme to get its affections, then hypnotize a child to marry them when they grew up. And the Superman did grow up and did marry them successfully with their scheming. And I also like it's the computer giving us the answers. Like the Fortress of Solitude computer is saying, since bigamy is legal in the parallel world, this Superman will marry both girls. And Superman laughs at them. Did you see that one coming?
That last part, I suppose not. But
I don't know. I'm gonna continue to look for crazy comics, but how amazing? I don't know. How amazing was that?
Oh my God, yeah, no. Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane is just filled with gems.
Now could they do a story like this today?
I think you could still do a wacky kind of story like this. The problem is you need someone who's like a Tommy Wiseau or something like that, like a Neil Breen, who's like, if you're self-aware, everyone sees it and it sucks.
Right.
You need someone completely unself-aware who is genuinely trying to tell a story they think is good. And that's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have it right, but I don't know. I'm going to keep looking for these stories, but these are some of my favorite videos with you.
Yes, no, these are fantastic. I love those.
Speaking of a preview, I was going back and reading Nightwing. Do you remember the whole Nightwing run with Tarantula?
Oh, was that the forced intimacy bit?
Yeah, that's a nice way to say it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why I paused there for a second. I'm like,
yeah.
How do I say this with
Yes.
Yes.
That is one hell of a train wreck of a storyline.
Yeah, no, it's a real shame. I like Devin Grayson a lot, and I think it was a pretty universal, even immediately after that, where everyone was like, I think this turned out to be a bad idea.
Yes. Yeah, go figure.
But you gotta blame editorial, because Devin did not go like, this is happening and there's nothing you can do to stop it. But what ends up happening is editorial's like, yeah, sure, that's great. We support you 100%. They get roasted and just eviscerated out there. And then they're like, oh, well, blame that writer. What do we do? It's awful that's how the industry works, but
That is a bunch of crap. Well, maybe we'll do a retrospective on that run at some point. But
yeah, sure.
Well, Joe, thank you very much for joining me. And like I said, we'll find more crazy comics to review.
Sounds great.